Hello and welcome to Enniskillen in Northern Ireland for a very special programme this Remembrance Sunday. It's a time to remember the men and women who gave their lives in 2 world wars and other conflicts past and present. Today, Songs of Praise has come to Enniskillen in Northern Ireland, 30 years after a bomb exploded during the town's Remembrance Day ceremony. We meet those whose Christian faith has brought hope amidst the tragedy. Sean Fletcher meets a woman who was finally able to give her brother a Christian burial more than 70 years after he was killed on a World War II battlefield. And after losing friends and sustaining devastating injuries in Afghanistan, former Royal Marine J.J. Chalmers reflects on what Remembrance Sunday means to him. On this Remembrance Sunday, people across the UK will be gathering at war memorials like this one to remember those who lost their lives in 2 world wars. It was no different in November 1987 when people here in Enniskillen came to pay their respects. But shortly before 11 o'clock, a large IRA bomb exploded near the crowd of men, women and children. 11 people were killed on the day, and a further victim died later as a result of his injuries. But many believe the response of the local community helped to turn the tide in the peace process. Today, the people of Enniskillen and the surrounding area have gathered here at St Macartn's Cathedral to remember and to give thanks. Father Brian Darcy was brought up in Enniskillen and went to school in the building where the bomb was left. He returned to serve as a priest here shortly after the events of November 1987.
It was one of the first days that I can say I grew up, because my childhood had been bombed. The happiness, the friendships, the noise, the laughs, the teachers, it just dissipated in sadness.
Stephen Ross was only 14 in November 1987. He and his friends made their way up this road to the Remembrance Day ceremony.
You know, even though the event was 30 years ago, the memories are still very vivid of what actually happened that morning. And I just remember looking at my watch at 10:43 and looking up, and that split second, literally no sooner I looked up than the explosion occurred. You know, the sheer noise from behind, and just being thrown forward and landing on my face, and the next thing being pulled out of the rubble, not being able to see a single thing, just to put my hand in my mouth, to not being able to feel my teeth, taste the concrete and blood. All the bones in my face had been completely impacted in. They were completely broken around my eye sockets, my jawbone. I lost most of my front teeth. Basically underwent a 4.5-hour operation to reconstruct my face with that wire frame.
Despite 12 lives being lost and 63 others injured, including Stephen, the people of Enniskillen responded in a remarkable way.
What we must do, everybody agreed, was hang together as a community. Goodness came through to overcome the power of awful evil.
Do you know what? The response of people was amazing. And it was through the response of many Christians at the time that I actually began to see that being a Christian was about a relationship and faith. It wasn't about facts and knowledge, and it wasn't about being better than other people. It was about being in the midst of where people were at and drawn alongside them. It really brought home to me the reality of what it was to go through a really difficult situation and realise that actually that some good could come out of it, Claire. It's a bit like looking at a piece of a jigsaw. When you're in an experience like this, you can only see that one piece. It's not until years after the event and you can look back, you can see the bigger picture. That's not to say that I don't get flashbacks of it. It's not to say that I still have to deal with stress or depression. I still have to deal with those things ongoing, Claire, but my Christian faith helps me to rise above those situations. And I live for a living Saviour who's gone through the same experiences that I have and has conquered those things, helps me as a Christian to overcome.